Everyone. Good morning to folks on the West Coast and good afternoon to folks in the Midwest and East Coast. On behalf of Oracle and Denovo, I would like to welcome you to this two-part webcast. We are in the first webcast today, and our webcast is focused on Oracle JD Edwards with Oracle Cloud. Your journey to the cloud. For you as a customer, what are the opportunities that are available, how you can make that transition to cloud, and how you can be successful and how you can leverage your existing investment with Oracle JD Edwards. With that being said, I'd like to introduce today's speakers. So I'm Sai Valluri. I'm the product manager focused on PaaS and infrastructure as a service here at Oracle. I'm based out of Redwood Shores, California. I have two speakers with us, one from Oracle and one from Denovo. Sachin, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Thanks, Sai. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon to those who are in East Coast. My name is Sachin Sathe, and I'm part of Oracle's Cloud Business Group, focused on helping customer transition their workloads to Oracle Cloud, evangelizing Oracle's IaaS and PaaS portfolio, and really driving the adoption of Oracle Cloud.
Thanks, Sachin. Dave, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Sai. Good morning, everyone. Dave Willis with Denovo. I'm the Director of National Cloud Sales. Many years of cloud experience helping clients move from their in-house hosted environments for JD Edwards into a cloud-hosted solution. And I look forward to working with everyone today on this cloud presentation.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave. And Sachin, would you like to kick off this webcast and kind of help us understand what are the opportunities and what are the choices that a customer has in their transition to cloud and how they can leverage their current JD Edwards investments?
Sure, absolutely. Happy to. So if you can pass me the control. So what I want to focus today on three things. Number one, I want to make sure that everybody understands when it comes to journey to cloud, what options, what choice and control customer has, how Oracle is enabling this choice and control to our customers. That's number one. Second part is what are the use cases that our customers can adopt, leveraging their existing investment that they have done in JD environments. And number three is who have done this, right? Which is the most important is has any customers adopted? And there are so many adoption has started, and we are going to share some customer examples in the process. And last but not least is also why Oracle, which is the most important question is, yes, I understand everything, but explain me why I should move my workloads to Oracle Cloud, and that's what I want to focus on. So let's just get started. The number one challenges faced by all of our customers when we talk to them is in their pursuit of business transformation is they're saying, I want to leverage my existing JD Edwards investment. I want to maximize my investment. But at the same time, I have to reduce my cost. I want to modernize my IT investments. I want to improve my agility and innovation. Yes, I have my JD environment, but at the same time, I want to create new experiences for my customers, my partners, my employees. I want to get more business insights so that I can actually make decisions faster. And this last is I want to reduce my risk. I may have been exposed in terms of not having backup and disaster recovery plan in place, or even if I have, it's probably quite expensive. So in that sense, I want to achieve my business transformation leveraging my existing JD environments. To that sense, Oracle has developed a most comprehensive, open, and integrated platform that provides our customers meaningful steps towards that transformation. Now, it's good to have a confidence, right? It's good to have a confidence when you pursue your own path in business transformation. But that confidence can only come from a knowledge that you have a complete, strongly built, and tightly connected cloud to support you. And that's exactly what Oracle has built, which is along from data as a service to software as a service to platform as a service and infrastructure as a service. These are all the components that allows our customers to have a choice when they want to decide to go on a certain path, and they have a control. If they decide to move in a complete infrastructure as a service path, they can do so, or if they want to go completely on the software as a service path, they have options as well. So it's really all about having a complete choice and control for our customers. At the same time, it has to be integrated. You cannot have these disjointed different journeys or different paths to the cloud, but there has to be tightly integration so that when you adopt a particular path, there's a way to move forward from an architectural perspective, whether it's a business or technology transformation. So let's talk about, from a choice and control perspective, what are the 3 steps that customers can take. Now, before we jump into that, what practical paths our customers are taking today, or what practical paths we can enable from Oracle perspective. Now, many of our customers, when they have existing JD Edwards investment, their first option is to, yes, I want to leverage my investment, but I want to reduce my cost. I want to reduce my risk and optimize my IT infrastructure. For them, the best path is to optimize that JDE with lift and shift to Oracle OCI or cloud infrastructure. Now, there are various ways to do this when customers are planning to upgrade their JD environments, or they are migrating their JD environments to Oracle Cloud, either from a dev test perspective or production perspective. Now, some of the customers may say, I have made lots of investments in my JD implementation. Now, I don't want to do lift and shift today, but I want to leverage some of the PaaS capabilities to not only extend my JDE environment, but extend that at scale. I want to create new experiences. I want to create mobile experiences. I want to leverage the IoT cloud to really get the IoT data into my JDE environment and create more experiences driven by those. I want to create new additional experiences for my partners and customers via leveraging the PaaS services. Now, that's the second step. The other path could be, I have my JD environments. I'm very happy with my existing investments, but I want to complement with some of the SaaS modules because my JD implementation has certain features, but I may want to use some of the sales experiences or content experiences or HCM or human capital management or EPM or PPM cloud, those kind of SaaS experiences connected with my JD. How do I do that? Now, look, when we build this Oracle Cloud platform, we have thought through all of these possibilities because today when customers decide to leverage the cloud, they may have implementations with other third-party cloud as well. They may have Salesforce, they may have Workday, they may have additional like Tableau and Adobe and others. Now, how do we make sure that when customer thinks, the cloud has to be simple, but with all these different connections, it has created that fragmented experience for customers. So how does a cloud vendor can come in and not only provide an integrated experience to their existing ecosystem, but help customer also connect their other third-party cloud services so that it's managed as an integrated cloud platform for the customer. So those are the ways that Oracle Cloud can enable either to optimize JDE, either to extend JDE with PaaS platform, or either complement JDE with some of the SaaS capabilities. Now, if the customers are also saying that, I want to reduce my risk. Now, yes, I want to optimize my infrastructure. I want to reduce my cost. But the biggest challenge for me is reducing my risk. And over the last 3-4 weeks, we have seen so many things that are happening from a flooding perspective or things that are still happening in some other part of the North America, where now businesses are thinking, how do I reduce my risk? How do I create my backup and DR plan that is not expensive, that is in the cloud, and being handled by a vendor that is also handling my other business experiences, such as JDE. The last but not least is also, how do I get new insights? Now, customers may have various implementations of JDE. There must be associated ecosystem of applications along those lines. How do I gain more business insights which are integrated from all of that information so that I can do actually more analytics and create more faster business decisions based on all that different information that is being collected. And that's where we can help you with another journey, which is having customers get their data warehousing capabilities built into cloud. So let's look at 3 areas. The first one is a lift and shift. Now, when you decide lift and shift, we have built the most comprehensive Oracle Cloud infrastructure or infrastructure as a service platform, what we call it as a OCI or Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. The goal is to have a modern enterprise-grade platform that can help our customers reduce their infrastructure and platform cost, reduce OpEx with capabilities of automation tools, and reduce the risk of obsolete technologies, because most of our customers are always coming to us and saying, my hardware refresh cycles are there, and I don't want to keep on investing in new servers which will be obsolete the day I purchase, because there will be new hardware that will get published, there's a new CPU, GPUs that will get rolled out. How do I ensure that I don't run into that risk of continuous obsoleting the technology path? The other path is also, how do I ensure that my on-prem and cloud environments are compatible? So when I move to cloud, I may not move everything to the cloud. I may have certain implementations of my JDE in the on-prem and certain things in the cloud. How do I ensure that I manage that as a single pane of glass? How do I ensure that this is all integrated and it doesn't feel like disjointed capabilities of one on-prem and cloud? And that's where Oracle has built the most comprehensive infrastructure as a service platform that allows our customers to exit their data centers, support acquisition, diversification strategies for rapid environment provisioning, or even safeguard their data systems with world-class security, backup, storage, and disaster recovery solution. And that's what we have built as an OCI platform. If I go to the next slide. So let's understand what are the use cases for JD Edwards, right? When I do lift and shift, the number one question our customers are asking, explain me the use cases. The number one use case is, if you want to extend your current data center for transient workloads like ad hoc testing, evaluating new versions, gap analysis, if you want to do a rapid implementation of acquired subsidiaries in different parts of the countries, or if you're doing geo-expansion of your businesses, how do you take that faster process rather than waiting for 8-10 months of implementation? How can you leverage the cloud and the capabilities that Oracle is offering with JDE that you can start integration faster? How about creating a dev test environments faster? Most of our customers are telling us that they have 8 to 9 JDE implementations for dev tests for one production. So how do you reduce the cost? By quickly and easily spin up the dev test environments. How do you effectively share resources that you have already invested in and get that better ROI from a cost and utilization perspective? If you want to reduce the risk, but at the same time reduce the cost, if you have a very expensive implementation of disaster recovery in the on-prem data centers, how can you take advantage of more modern infrastructure that somebody from a cloud vendor perspective is constantly updating with latest and greatest infrastructure, and you don't have to worry about your hardware refresh cycles? Can you create a persistent storage backup and full application stack disaster recovery plan? Those are the capabilities that you can start leveraging as a use case perspective. And last but not least is the production workloads. You can literally lift and shift your existing complete environment of your JDE application and move that to Oracle Cloud without any code changes, without any upgrades. You can actually move that to our infrastructure and start leveraging the latest and greatest features, capabilities that are available not only on the cloud platform, but also on the JDE side. So who has done it, right? That's the next question, which is what I told you so far is what we have built from an infrastructure perspective, what use case you can start with, but who has done it? And number one use case is the ADO. This is the transportation company in Mexico. They just recently acquired a company or subsidiary unit in Spain, and they wanted to quickly and cost effectively access all the infrastructure that is out there from that subsidiary, and wanted to enable that business unit with the existing JD implementation. So the number one the solution that they selected Oracle Public Cloud to implement JDE or JD environments in the public cloud, create that agile provisioning from that infrastructure. They downloaded the whole JDE images through automated deployment model, which allows them to create that multi-country implementation across Spain, Mexico, Argentina, and Colombia. So this is one of the use cases which also already I talked about, but this is a great example of how customers are thinking about leveraging cloud from a rapid deployment perspective and reducing the cost and time to market perspective. The next customer is Samcon. Now this Samcon is a Canadian-based a construction company. They wanted a very cost-effective application deployment model. They wanted to reduce their operational issues, and they wanted to increase the security and reduce those downtime they have been experiencing. Their also biggest concern was infrastructure cost, the licensing cost, and the management costs that are associated with maintaining all their on-prem infrastructure. Their core business is construction. They wanted to focus on that. They wanted to reduce the data center footprint significantly. What they did is a lift and shift project with complete from Solaris Spark to Oracle Cloud. They moved the database to Database Cloud Service, which is the platform as a service, JDE Enterprise E1 application from 9.1 to 9.1 on the cloud, the tools from 9.1 to 9.2, and they use Oracle ACS to really deliver that transformation within 40 days. So really the end result of all of that is a faster time to market, reduced CapEx and OpEx, and reduce the complete data center footprint. And now they are taking regular backups. That means in the process, they also reduce the risk that they have been exposed to. Let's talk about the next step or journey in the cloud. So we talked about lift and shift. Let's talk about the extend and scale with PaaS, and what that means is. So Oracle has more than 40 PaaS platforms that Oracle has developed to help our customers and partners to use open standard-based platform for various use cases, from data management perspective, application development perspective, accelerate the innovation, develop and deploy in new environments, integrate your on-prem and cloud databases, create new analytics, leverage big data capabilities if your business are planning to use big data for some of your capabilities. Make sure that the whole environment is secured, not just on-prem, but the cloud and on-prem together. And at the same time, manage all of that as a single pane of glass. So these are the capabilities that Oracle is offering as a platform as a service, where customers don't have to think about how do I manage upgrades and patching and tooling of databases, or what platform I should use from my application development perspective. How do I migrate my data from on-prem to the cloud? They can use data integration. They can use analytics. They can use the enterprise integration platform services or integration cloud services to connect not only from Oracle's application with Oracle SaaS modules, but also could be third-party SaaS modules. So all of that is Oracle's PaaS capabilities that allows a reduced inventory shortage of automation and collaboration within your businesses. So let's see what are the use cases within that. Number one is connected enterprise. You can use integration cloud service and SOA cloud service to integrate your on-prem with either Oracle mobile cloud services, IoT cloud services, or even Oracle's complementary SaaS modules, and I'm going to talk about that in a short while. We have a pre-built adapters and patterns that can help you connect to third-party SaaS and Oracle SaaS within hours, not months. Second is we have vendor-managed platform components, so database cloud service, Java cloud service. That means you can stay up to date on the versions. You can scale it when you need it, and you don't need to keep on updating your skill set because all the upgrades, patches, and tooling is managed, which allows you to drive a significant cost savings leveraging PaaS services. The third one is digital platform. We know that many of our customers are driving digital platform transformation. That means now they have initiatives around mobile cloud services, IoTs, content and experience. So how do you extend your JD environments and integrate that with some of the process cloud or content experiences or IoT services? This is where we can enable you to rapidly uptake for digital transformation processes. We have pre-shipped solutions, and we have architectural blueprints that our customers can take advantage of. And last but not least is modern development tools. Now, you can leverage your existing JD investments, but also develop new applications on top of that that complements it using our application builder cloud services, container cloud services, developer cloud services, which allows you to create a simplified development environment and a rapid deployment. So it's all cloud native, born in the cloud and stayed in the cloud, kind of mobile cloud first initiatives. So who has done this? So this is an example of a customer, Trek. Trek is a major bicycle cycling product manufacturer, founded in 1975, and they have vast network of distributors, almost 10,000 independent bicycle dealers in almost 90 countries. And they wanted to leverage Oracle Cloud because they had challenges around ensuring the lifetime warranty to their customers. Some of the, when distributors used to create a particular challenge in terms of submitting their queries to them, it used to take months to address those queries or address those challenges. They wanted to leverage and modernize their legacy platforms, leveraging some of the capabilities that Oracle can offer. So what Oracle has done is we have provided the platform as a service, SOA cloud service, Java cloud service, and mobile cloud services. What it allowed them is to create a new mobile application that enabled their dealers to submit repair claims using mobile phones. And now, instead of waiting for months, they can submit the claim in 6 minutes. So this is the kind of business transformation that they are going through. They're also integrating using Oracle SOA cloud services and developer cloud to establish electronic connection with third-party logistics providers in China. It's called iMall, which is China's largest online marketplace, which allows them to now integrate that marketplace with what they have been doing in the U.S. So this is the kind of capabilities that they are leveraging to transform their business. Not only just reducing or optimizing their business process, but also now innovating and transforming by integrating with third-party marketplaces and third-party SaaS capabilities. Glory Global. Glory Global is a UK-based cash management business which operates in 24 countries. Now, they wanted to reduce their total cost of ownership. They wanted a ERP platform and complements that for their other processes, and they want to leverage Oracle Cloud. Either it's a SOA cloud service as well as integration cloud services. They leverage the TCS as the partner, and the result of that integration for the solution that we offered to them was a 60% reduction in IT infrastructure cost. They have 45% reduction on purchase cycles and 51% reduction on lead to sales cycles. So month-end closing reduced from 6 to 3 days. So that's the actual business results that you could drive by leveraging cloud, leveraging your existing investment, where JDE serves as the single ERP platform complemented with some of the other Oracle PaaS capabilities along with that. So let's look into how do you enhance with SaaS capabilities. As I said earlier, right, many of our customers have multiple SaaS platforms, and we always think that cloud's supposed to be very simple, cloud's supposed to be easy, but with all these different cloud SaaS providers, it has created this whole fragmentation. Now, Oracle has the largest SaaS portfolio. We have almost 75 SaaS applications that can enable our customers to unlock business value and performance, all the way from supply chain, ERP, human capital, to marketing, sales, service, to commerce. We have all these prepackaged, real-time adaptive intelligent applications that can help you complement with what you have already through JDE platform. So let's look at what are the use cases within that. So JD Edwards has practical scenarios to enhance and extend your coexistence with ERP and supply chain management. These are some of the cloud services that you could leverage with integration. That is, the integration or the adapters are already built in, and we have already tested, which now you can take advantage of with transportation management, trade management, ideation, and so on and so forth. You can also leverage HCM Cloud. You can take advantage of Tally, or you can take advantage of HCM Cloud service, the JDE Payroll with Oracle HCM Cloud service. These are some of the examples of how you can complement the SaaS modules with JDE implementation. And the last but not least is the CX, which is a Sales Cloud, the CPQ Cloud, the Service, Marketing, and Commerce Cloud. So practically, you have the entire portfolio of SaaS capabilities that is at your disposal to integrate with your JD Edwards and create these experiences for your customers, partners, and employees. So who has done this? Skanska, it's a US-based company. It's one of the premier construction for publicly funded projects. One of the strict requirements for them is to make sure that there's a diversity, financial reporting, and component traceability. And they also want to ensure that environmental control and codes of conduct are properly tracked, because these are all publicly funded companies and projects that they undertake, which means they want to make sure all of this is tracked in a single place. So they leverage JDE as the ERP platform. They also use the Procurement Cloud and Oracle HCM Cloud in collaboration with that to really create a regulatory automation and compliance reporting using the combination of JDE, Procurement Cloud, and HCM Cloud that basically improve the productivity for their managers and employees, because now they can focus on the job rather than worrying about the compliance and reporting that they had to worry about for these projects. The next is the Rinnai. Rinnai is a company that it's in Australia based. It's focused on a importation, production, marketing, distribution of gas, heating, hot water appliances, barbecue, and manufacture of solar hot water system. It's actually, the headquarters is in Japan. They basically had acquired a company 1.5 years ago in Australia, and they had their own retail systems that had been evolved, but they wanted to integrate that with what they had in their headquarters from Japan. So they wanted to integrate their existing JD Edwards implementation, so they leveraged the SOA Cloud service that helped them rapidly integrate the order management system with the newly acquired company's order fulfillment. So the entire implementation was done within 3 days, and what the end result of all of that was a 99% reduction in duplicate error and transaction because of these two disparate different systems that they were using it. So literally within 3 days, as soon as we engaged our team from Oracle, from a support perspective, from a consulting perspective, within 3 days the entire solution was already implemented. And that's the cloud scale, that's the agility that we are talking about here is, let's take advantage of the cloud scale and cloud flexibility and agility to transform your businesses, and Rena is a perfect example of that. So that comes to my last part, which is why Oracle Cloud for J.D. Edwards. Most of you have the question so far, which is, yeah, I understood what you guys have built. I understand what use cases I can do. I know who has done it, and we have tons of examples. But this is interest of time. I have shared with you some of a few examples that you can take advantage of. But if you contact your sales rep, they'll help you understand many examples on how we have helped from a JDE perspective to leverage your JDE investments and achieve business transformation using Oracle Cloud. So why Oracle? Number one, it will help Oracle Cloud help you to run the JD Edwards you know. You want to invest, you want to leverage the investment that you have. You own that JD Edwards. You don't have to buy new licenses, and now you can differentiate with the customization that you have already used. So you can just keep those customization intact and integrate that with some of the other capabilities from Oracle Cloud that we talked about, whether it's from a platform as a service or whether it's from a SaaS using Integration Cloud and SOA Cloud services. This is the most important differentiation which no other cloud vendor offers, which is the choice and control of deployments. So many of our customers, when they come to us saying that I don't want to completely move to cloud because I do have my existing on-prem environments. I cannot just quickly turn on, turn off my switch and move to cloud. How can you help us? And that's where Oracle has these capabilities, which allows them to not only use the hybrid cloud capability, which is have your on certain application environments on-prem, certain capability in the cloud, but some customers have also told us that, hey, I don't want to go to public cloud. Can that cloud be implemented at my data center? And that's precisely that we have, which is Cloud at Customer through Oracle Cloud Machine and Exa Cloud Machine, which we allow you to bring the cloud to your data center. So you don't have to worry about some of the concerns you have from data governance, data compliance perspective that you have maybe from a government organization side. You can have all the cloud capabilities in your data center, and you can take advantage of all the capabilities that we already talked about, whether from a PaaS and SaaS perspective, and to really leverage your JD investments using that Cloud at Customer. So you have a complete choice and control whether you want to use your on-prem environment, you want to use the public cloud environment, or you can bring a Cloud at Customer, which is bring that cloud to your data center itself. Let me go to the next slide. So what are some of the IT benefits, right? These are the unique benefits that no other cloud vendor can offer. But number one is rapid provisioning, which is one-click provisioning tool that JDE has provided. You can now create multiple ad hoc environments as needed. You can create migration using those tools now for your application tier, for your database tiers, directly to Oracle Cloud. You have migration tools and capabilities that allows you to move your workloads without retooling, without any code changes to Oracle Cloud. You have a single pane of glass from a centralized management perspective for application and databases. And last but not least, you have complete cloud integration, which means you can integrate JD environments with different PaaS services. You can create new experiences like mobile and IoT, or you can integrate with some of the SaaS capabilities and complement your existing JD environment. And this is the last slide, which is, at the end of the day, all clouds are not the same. But why Oracle Cloud for JD Edwards? And these are the most important points I want to leave you guys with. Number one is the whole automated provisioning and patch your current deployments. It's a single path of support, so you don't have to call 10 different vendors. You can only call Oracle to take advantage of your JDE implementation. If you have a question around IaaS, PaaS, or SaaS implementation, you have a one common reference architecture that is tightly integrated, and it's extensible. That means you can start with one architecture, and you can actually build on top of that. So you can start with lift and shift, And on top of that, in a few months, you can build and create new integrations with mobile IoT experiences or integrate with third-party SaaS. You can have a single pane of glass from a management perspective for on-prem and cloud deployment. You have utilities to migrate your data, like Golden Gate Cloud Service, to migrate your data and customizations for applications that you have done to Oracle Cloud. You have identical functionality on-prem in the cloud, so you don't have to worry about two different implementations. You can keep your existing J.D. Edwards ecosystem that can keep delivering you the service that you are used to, and take advantage of the broad portfolio of complementary PaaS and SaaS services. So I'll leave you with that, and towards the end, we'll take some questions as well. But now I'll pass on to Dave.
Hey, Sachin, thanks for that. As I mentioned at the beginning of the webcast, we have Denovo presenting to us today. So Dave from Denovo is here. And Dave, I'd like to ask you if you can spend a few minutes kind of helping us understand what Denovo is, what's your focus areas, and what's your expertise, and how you help customers succeed in the world.
So I'd be delighted to. Thank you, Sachin. Oracle, Denovo is an Oracle Platinum Partner, established in 2003 with over 350 employees, 2,000 clients, and 2,200 ERP projects under our belt. Denovo is the largest mid-market consulting and managed services partner focused on Oracle suite of ERP products. In addition, we have a very large practice focused on cloud solutions for J.D. Edwards and eBusiness Suite on the Oracle's infrastructure and platform as a services. I should also mention that we have a full practice around disaster recovery. As Sachin mentioned earlier during the presentation, disaster recovery is an important part of a cloud solution. And with over 350 DR tests under our belt, we've got a lot of experience at Denovo in providing those kind of solutions. So if you would hit the next slide, please. What I'd like to talk about is a specific lift and shift project that I worked on here, where we took an actual J.D. Edwards client and moved them into the Oracle Cloud. And many times companies come to me. I've been with the J.D. Edwards community for over 12 years, and companies come to me and say, I'd love to take advantage of some of the benefits of the cloud that I'm hearing in presentations, and I'm hearing from Oracle and other partners out there in the community. However, the challenges I have just don't allow me to take advantage of that. And so I ask clients, what are these challenges? And many of them are concerned about being on a different platform. Their platform is not compatible with the cloud. For example, like IBM iSeries, or AS, referred to as AS400 previously, or the version of operating system they're on may be older, or they're using a whole different hypervisor, different virtualization technology that may not be compatible with other cloud solutions. And they feel these as being concerns or stumbling blocks from actually making that move to the cloud. I quite often hear companies say, oh, we're just too heavily customized to move to the cloud. There's no way we can move. We spent way too much time and money and effort customizing our solution. And regretfully now we're at a point where we can't do anything other than stay where we're at. So I'm going to talk about a client that had those specific concerns, how we overcame those concerns here at Denovo. Working with Oracle, we actually got this client into the cloud and are leveraging the benefits of the cloud. So with that said, the solution, thank you. So this particular client, the challenge they had, they're a financial management investment company. They continually had increased maintenance costs. They were on an IBM System I or IBM I platform, which maintenance costs continued to rise. Not to mention the skilled labor that's needed to manage that system kept getting more and more expensive, and actually reaching a point that near retirement that they actually may lose that resource. So it was hard to find skilled resources to continue to manage that environment that they had. They were running on an older version of J.D. Edwards. Actually, they were implemented on 8.12, and as many of us on the J.D. Edwards community know, that came out in 2005, a fairly old version. And so they said they felt that they could never make a change being on that older version without spending a whole lot of money making an upgrade. And they've even had quotes for upgrades that were very, very expensive, at least out of their budget range for making that change. And then, not to mention the IBM platform being older, their x86 servers were on Windows versions that were not compatible with virtually any cloud solutions. So, and then their biggest fear was they had integrations to other third-party applications, which many cloud providers that they have spoken to before Oracle were a little hesitant to take on because of the level of integration that they needed, primarily barcode scanning software. So all those were stumbling blocks and the challenges for this client. What the solution that came from Oracle with Denovo's assistance was moving them into the Oracle public cloud or infrastructure as a service and migrating not only the platform conversion going into Oracle or DB2, IBM DB2 database to Oracle database, but also doing a technical upgrade and getting them from their 8.12 environment all the way up to their 9.2 environment, the latest and greatest, including a tools release. And then on top of that, they had the security of a managed services a provider like Denovo, or Denovo in this particular case, to manage their database and their application moving forward to ensure that they never got in a position again in the future where they couldn't make an upgrade and be able to manage this, this transition to a cloud solution. The benefits they got from this was lower TCO. In fact, immediately it lowered their infrastructure cost as well as their management services cost. And the first thing after go live that this client said to me says, this is so much faster than we've ever been running before. And this is on a, they have many years of experience on a platform that at the time was considered a very fast platform. IBM was considered very industry enterprise quality platform. However, when they came to the Oracle Cloud, the performance increased considerably, enough so that their efficiency for all their users was improved considerably. It also, they didn't have the complexity of managing the system, and it provided a single source for all of their needs, not only managed service, but infrastructure, disaster recovery, everything into one solution. So just let me show you kind of a diagram a little bit more if we delve down a little bit deeper into the technical aspects of it, and some of it will just be a refresh of what I just described. So as you can see on the left, their initial version was, they're actually on VMware on their x86 servers. Those are familiar with J.D. Edwards Enterprise 1 realize that the database and the enterprise server runs on the AS400, OS400 DB2 platform, but all their x86, like the deployment servers, dev clients, Jazz servers, all those ran on x86 platform and were also being managed by this particular client in VMware. So the move and improve, or overcoming the complexity to move to cloud, was to convert the hypervisor for those x86 servers to Oracle VM, also converting that DB2 database to Oracle database, and then also making a fairly large jump and upgrade from 8.12 to 9.2 of their J.D. Edwards environment. Not only that, was moving over their VM, the VMs, and converting those over to Oracle VM for their x86 servers that were supporting their complementary applications, or in this case, their barcode scanning software, which was very important for them to do business for the services that they were providing. So all that came across, and I'm happy to say all that came across, all that change, overcoming all that complexity within a 90-day migration period. So the savings were there for the client, and I'd be delighted, anyone on this cast would like to reach out to me, I'd be delighted to share with you more specific details on those saving metrics, performance metrics, as well as the complexity, more detail of what was overcome in this particular migration. So with that said, we'd like to hand this back to you, Sai.
Thanks, Dave. So ladies and gentlemen, to wrap it up, I'd like to kind of talk about what we discussed today in terms of J.D. Edwards today, and what we are doing to help our customers. We are helping our customers know more about their customers and leverage that knowledge to create a more personal experience that drives real increases in revenue for our customers. That's the ultimate goal. And that's what we believe cloud is doing for our customers, helping them succeed. And we are offering you choice and control. We are enabling your journey with complete, open, and secure solutions that can help and aid in your business transformation. And we are here to support you. There are a few resources that are available for you online, and we'll share them with you after the webcast. Please go ahead and look at it. And I'd also like to talk about the upcoming webcast that's going to take place next week, and a couple of interesting topics that will come up. We do have a guest speaker from Oracle's JD Edwards Product Management. She will be presenting on this webcast. At the same time, we will be talking a bit about the JD Edwards roadmap, where it's headed, and how you're secure in terms of your investment. At the same time, we're also going to talk about some of the tools that are available to you within your JD Edwards environment that can help you lift and shift your application to the cloud, or that can help you extend and enhance or complement your existing environments or optimize your environments. And what are those tools? One of them is your JD Edwards single-click provisioning. We're going to talk a bit about it. So please dial in next week, and you're going to hear about this. And we're also going to talk about more customer success stories. And we're also going to have Denovo talk about their customer success stories and some case studies. With that, I'd like to ask the operator, any questions out there? One I got here at my end that talks about the JD Edwards lift and shift. So, one of our attendees here is kind of curious about the time taken to make that transition. Dave, can you talk about it? How you went about the project?
Sure. Well, in the case study that I showed, we did this in 90 days. I want to, qualify saying every JD Edwards environment is different. So in this particular client, the customizations that they had did come over. As Sachin mentioned, we lift and shift and brought those customizations over with minimal modifications and changes needed to be made to those customizations. So we really brought the system over as is. But it can vary. When I recommend, and especially in the next session, the next webinar, we're going to talk about exactly how to go through the process to make this transition, how to assess your current environment, JD Edwards environment, and with that assessment, you'll be able to determine how long it will take. And I'm going to lead some of that discussion as well. And part of that is an assessment, a self-assessment, and even assessment of what applications you have, what integrations, what customizations, the infrastructure you have, all of that, combine all that, and then make an assessment of how long it would actually take to do a migration and what work needs to be done. So I encourage you, the person who asked that question, to be in the next week's session, because we'll delve into that more deeply.
Awesome, thanks, Dave.
Hey, Sai, can I add one quick data point? This is just to complement what Dave said, which is perfect. Every JD environment is unique. Now, when someone says lift and shift, sometimes it gets used term to do not only dev test but also deployment. And most of the time, the question gets asked from a deployment in mind. So what Dave said is absolutely accurate, which is we need to do assessment. Every deployment is unique. But what I want to add is, if you are thinking of a lift and shift, think about different use cases that I shared, right? You don't have to wait for long to create your quick dev test environment in the cloud. You can do that within hours using our single-click provisioning, which you will hear next week. You can download images from Marketplace and create your dev test environments, create proof of concepts. You can leverage some of the scripts and automation tools that we have provided to get your data into the cloud and start dev test on the production data. So those are some of the things that you can leverage within hours, right? Do not have to wait for days. But as Dave said, for production lift and shift, you have to understand your complete environments, go through the assessment, understand the entire ecosystem. But cloud, and as we have shared examples using Samcom and others, and what Dave has also provided example, it is within days rather than waiting for 8 to 9 months. So that's what I would like to say.
And thanks, Sachin. Thanks for the update. So with that, I'd like to thank Dave and Sachin for joining us on today's webcast. And ladies and gentlemen, whoever is listening in today, please dial in for next week's webcast as well. As I said, we're going to go a bit deeper. We're going to talk a bit about JD Edwards' roadmap, some of the tools that are available within JD Edwards for you to make that transition and help you in that digital transformation. So please log in. The contact information will be shared with you after the webcast. Again, appreciate your time. Have a good day.